You know those mornings when you feel like a chef and then your milk says no? I grab the carton, open it, and splash! We say spill when something wet goes everywhere by mistake. I freeze for a second, then laugh and grab a towel. My kitchen already looks like a crime scene, but it's fine. I cut tomatoes and peppers. We say cut up when we make many small pieces fast. The knife hits the board. Sharp, steady, loud. I love that sound. It feels like focus. I crack 2 eggs, add a bit of milk, and mix with a fork. The yellow turns soft and smooth, like sunshine in a bowl. I heat up the pan. It's cold at first, then starts to hiss. A drop of oil jumps. Cute, but dangerous. I pour the eggs in, and they spread like a golden wave. I wait, watching the edges curl. Time to flip it. I try. Not perfect, but it stays in the pan. Victory! While it cooks, I drop bread in the toaster. We use toast as a verb when bread turns brown and crisp. I watch the red light and whisper, "Please don't burn." The omelet looks ready. I taste a corner. Needs salt. Another try? Perfect. The toaster jumps. I spread avocado, add lemon, pepper, a little love. Then coffee. I fill the kettle and wait. When water starts to dance, we say boil. I pour it over coffee and breathe in that smell. Warm, strong, forgiving. Finally, I wash the counter and the pan. We say wash when we use water and soap to make things clean. I serve my breakfast, soft omelet, crunchy toast, one tired chef. I look at you and smile. Okay, we survived breakfast. Round 1, done. You know that moment when you finish breakfast and think you're done, but the kitchen says no? Yeah, plates everywhere, forks in the sink. We say clean up when we make a messy place nice again. I sigh, roll up my sleeves, and start. I fill the sink with hot water and wash the dishes. The bubbles look like tiny clouds. We say rinse when we use clean water to take away the soap. I rinse each plate and line them up to dry. Step 1, done. Now, time for lunch prep. I open the cupboard, find pasta, and think easy. Famous last words. I boil water, small bubbles, then big, loud ones. It feels alive. I cut up tomatoes, garlic, and basil for the sauce. The smell already says Italy, even though I'm in my small kitchen. I add oil to the pan and heat up the sauce. We say stir when we move the spoon in circles to keep food from burning. I stir and hum a song. Everything looks fine until one tomato jumps out of the pan. Attack! I laugh and put it back. When pasta is soft, I drain it. We say drain when we pour out the water and keep what's inside. I mix it with the sauce and taste. Too bland. I add salt, stir again, and taste once more.
Now it's perfect. But I'm not done. I mix tuna, cucumbers, and lemon juice for a salad. We say add when we put one thing with another. I add pepper, mix again, and smile. Finally, I serve lunch, pasta and salad, bright and warm. I look at you and say, if you were here, I'd share. Then I laugh, because honestly, I might not.
You know that sleepy moment after lunch when you just want to sit, but the kitchen stares at you like, you forgot me. Yeah, that one. I stand up, sigh, and clean up again. We say clean up when we put everything back in place. I wipe the counter, wash the pan, and promise myself, this time I'll keep it tidy. Of course, 5 minutes later, I'm cooking again. I want soup, something soft and cozy. I cut up carrots, potatoes, and onions. The smell of onion makes my eyes water. We say chop when we cut food into small pieces fast. I chop faster, hoping to finish before I cry too much. I fill a pot with water and wait for it to boil. Tiny bubbles appear, then bigger ones, my favorite sound. I add the vegetables, a bit of salt, and lower the heat. We say turn down when we make the fire smaller. The soup starts to talk in quiet bubbles. While it cooks, I prepare bread. I spread butter on slices and add garlic. We use spread when we move something soft across the surface. The smell fills the room, warm, salty, perfect. Then, of course, something happens. The soup starts to rise too high, too fast. No, 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 I shout, running to the stove. I turn off the heat and laugh. We say boil over when liquid goes out of the pot. My soup just did that again. I stir slowly, tasting the broth. We say stir when we move the spoon in circles. It's hot, too hot. I blow on the spoon and try again. Better. Calm. Now I serve it. Soft soup with golden garlic bread. I sit on a stool, take a bite, and close my eyes. You still there? I say softly. Good, because the best part of cooking isn't the food, it's surviving the chaos together. You know that moment when you should stop cooking, but your brain says one more thing? Yeah, that's me every time. The kitchen is finally clean, but I see cocoa powder and, well, dessert is happening. I grab a big bowl and mix butter, sugar, and 1 egg. We say mix when we bring things together until they become one smooth thing. The spoon moves in circles. The sound is slow, soft, calming. I add flour, cocoa, and a mountain of chocolate chips. The dough looks dark and smells like joy. I taste a bit. Still raw, still delicious. I roll the dough into small balls, line them on a tray, and put in the oven. We say put in when we place something inside. Hot air comes out. I jump back, laughing. I close the door and whisper, be good in there. While they bake, I set up the kettle for tea. We say set up when we prepare something before using it. Water goes in, click, heat on. I find my favorite cup, white, tiny crack on the side. I like it that way. It's like my kitchen, imperfect but alive. The air changes, warm, sweet, full of chocolate. Then I hear the ding. I open the oven and take out the tray carefully. We say take out when we remove something from inside a place. Steam hits my face. I smell sugar,
butter, cocoa, maybe heaven. I wait. Or try to. I pick one cookie. It's too hot, but I bite anyway. Crunch, soft center, perfect. I pour my tea, sit down, and look around. You'd love this, I tell you quietly. Warm cookie, hot tea, and a kitchen that smells like home. What else do we need?
You know that quiet moment after dessert when everything smells like sugar and heat? The kitchen is full of crumbs and soft light. I sit for a second, thinking I'll rest, but then I look around. The table, the counter, the sink, all calling my name. I sigh, smile, and get up. Time to bring this place back to life. I wipe down the counter slowly. We say wipe down when we clean a surface with a cloth until it looks fresh again. The towel moves in circles. The shine slowly returns. I pick up chocolate crumbs, little sugar spots, and a tiny piece of dough hiding near the kettle. The smell of cocoa is still in the air, sweet but tired. I fill the sink and wash the tray, the spoons, the cup. Water runs warm, bubbles rise. I hum a quiet tune, just me and the dishes. Then I put away everything I cleaned. We say put away when we move something back to its place after using it. I stack plates, close cupboards, and listen to the soft click each door makes. Small sounds of order. The air feels heavy, so I walk to the window and open it. A small wind enters, cool and soft. My candle flickers. I take a deep breath. Chocolate, soap, and night. The world outside is calm. I turn off the lights above the stove. We say turn off when we stop something that gives power or light. The kitchen glows now only from the street outside, quiet and kind. I lean on the counter, sip the last of my tea, and look at you in my mind. We cooked, we cleaned, we survived, and somehow it all feels worth it.
I stand there, barefoot on the cool floor, just listening. The fridge hums, the clock ticks, the air smells like chocolate and soap. Everything I touched today, knives, pans, spoons, is back in its place, shining quietly. I pour the rest of my tea into a cup, sit on the counter, and smile. It's funny. I've been here all day, but I don't feel bored. I feel full. Not just from food, from sounds, smells, tiny mistakes, and small wins. Every time I dropped something, I learned to breathe and keep going. I reach for a towel and wipe off a small spot of water near the sink. We say wipe off when we remove dirt or liquid from something's surface. The towel leaves a dry line, like a small goodbye. The kitchen looks perfect again, at least for tonight. I open the window a bit wider. A light breeze comes in, carrying the city's quiet. Somewhere, someone else is probably doing the same thing. Cleaning, breathing, thinking. I like that idea. I take another sip of tea, still warm. I walk back to the stove and turn down the last knob just to check it's off. We say turn down when we make something smaller or quieter. The sound fades, and the silence feels safe. I lean on the counter, smile to myself, and whisper, "You're still here, right? We did it. One long, messy, funny, sweet day." Then I laugh softly. Tomorrow we start again. Same kitchen, same me, but maybe less milk on the floor. You know that soft blue light before sleep, when the kitchen feels like another world? I stand there holding my cup, watching the steam rise and fade. The city outside hums quietly, but in here, it's just me and the slow rhythm of the night. The counter is clean. The air smells faintly of cocoa and toast. I can almost hear the day ending. I walk around one last time, just checking. The oven is cool, the stove silent, the floor smooth under my feet. I don't rush. Every small sound feels bigger now. The soft tap of my cup, the faint squeak of the cupboard door. I love these tiny details. They feel alive. I take a cloth and wipe down the table one last time. We say wipe down when we clean something completely to make it fresh again. The wood feels warm under the fabric, and I slow my hand like I'm saying thank you. I fill my glass with water and take a sip. It's cool and quiet, the perfect opposite of the morning chaos. I glance at the window. The reflection shows me tired but peaceful. I like that face. Then I walk to the light switch and turn off the kitchen lamp. We say turn off when we stop light or power from working. Darkness spreads, slowly, soft and kind. The street lights draw pale shapes across the floor. I stand there for a moment, just breathing. "Good work today," I whisper, to myself, to the kitchen, maybe to you. Then I smile and add, "Same time tomorrow?" I leave the cup in the sink, walk away, and the quiet follows me down the hall like a warm good night.